These quotes you are about to hear are not just mere strings of letters, but lifelines that have pulled many back from the brink of several sleepless nights. They echo the timeless wisdom of souls that have navigated the vast oceans of human emotions. And they remind us that even in our loneliest hours, we are never truly alone. Every quote you are about to read is a soft whisper in the ear, a gentle lullaby for the weary heart. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. The mind is everything. What you think you become. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Life is 10% what happens to us, and 90% how we react to it. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. Death smiles at us all, but all a man can do is smile back. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if thou wilt ever dig. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. The good or ill of a man lies within his own will. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. The world turns aside to let any man pass who knows where he is going. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality. He who fears death will never do anything worth of a man who is alive. To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden. Time heals what reason cannot. There is no place more delightful than one's own fireplace. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. Associate with people who are likely to improve you. The part of life we really live is small, for all the rest of existence is not life, but merely time. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. Silence is a source of great strength. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. There is a harmony in the bending back of the bow and lyre, as in the forward movement of opposites. Listening not to me, but to the logos, it is wise to agree that all things are one. The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. Almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. What we achieve inwardly will change outer reality. When we talk about our feelings, they become less overwhelming, less upsetting, and less scary. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. The curious paradox is that when I accept myself just as I am, then I can change. Your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. It's not the load that breaks you down, it's the way you carry it. The good life is a process, not a state of being. It is a direction, not a destination. The greatest discovery of any generation is that a human can alter his life by altering his attitude. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Quiet the mind and the soul will speak. In the midst of winter, I found there was, within me, an invincible summer. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Happiness does not depend on what you have or who you are. It solely relies on what you think. The best way to escape from a problem is to solve it. When the heart speaks, the mind finds it indecent to object. Our wounds are often openings into the best and most beautiful part of us. The future depends on what we do in the present. You don't have to control your thoughts. You just have to stop letting them control you. In the small matters, trust the mind. In the large ones, the heart. Dreams are the royal road to the unconscious. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Change your thoughts and you change your world. Sometimes, the most important thing in a whole day is the rest we take between two deep breaths. Where the mind goes, the man follows. If the only tool you have is a hammer, you tend to see every problem as a nail. The best way to predict the future is to create it. We don't see things as they are. We see them as we are. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Everywhere man blames nature and fate, yet his fate is mostly but the echo of his character and passions, his mistakes and weaknesses. There is no coming to consciousness without pain. I'm not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. The darkness of death is like the evening twilight. It makes all objects appear more lovely to the dying. Beware the barrenness of a busy life. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. The unexamined life is not worth living. If you want to know what a man's like, take a good look at how he treats his inferiors, not his equals. The most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. To handle yourself, use your head. To handle others, use your heart. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Your work is to discover your work, and then with all your heart, to give yourself to it. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow is our doubts of today. If this video struck a chord, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more enlightening content.